Well, welcome back to How to Fix It. So, anyways, got this broken dryer vent here, and I don't really want to have to pull this off and replace it because this is attached to the aluminum on the back, which is goes to my pipe for the dryer, and it's all nicely caulked and sealed. It's not broken otherwise. It's just the front of it that's broken. So it's kind of ugly. Still does its thing, but critters can get up in through here. So I'm going to show you how to properly fix it. So you just take yourself a piece of duct tape and you just put it on like that. And I think that you should probably, because I know you guys are very, you know, you want to keep your place looking good. So you use white duct tape, see? So you just put the white duct tape on there. Look at that. It's all fixed and done now. You don't have to do anything about it. Well, you might want to slap a little paint on there, but other than that, I think that looks great there. What do you guys think? Huh? Or maybe I have another idea. I have another way we're going to fix it. So just stay tuned. Don't disappear yet. I know this looks a little like a redneck did it, but maybe so. Well, but that's one way. Red Green would be proud of y'all. So anyways, stay tuned. Watch the rest of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this. I'm going to flash it with aluminum. So I'm going to build an aluminum hood that goes over top of this so that it covers this broken spot. And yeah, and it will fix it. So then I don't have to remove it, because this here vent cover actually is attached to the vent pipe on the inside. So this is attached to an aluminum tail that's about, I think if I remember correctly, it's about 8 inches long, 10 inches long, and it goes in past all my insulation. And then I connected it to the dryer vent, which then runs about 30 feet to the actual dryer. So I don't really want to take that off unless I really have to, but I think that I can just flash this all here because it's all caulked and nice and tight, and this here is not it's not broken. I mean, you could take this off. The chances of you getting it off, though, because there's a staple from the venting, the metal venting, to this plastic part on the inside, and if I start yanking on that, I could yank loose my pipe on the inside, and I don't really want to do that if I can avoid it. And neither do you, especially if it's in a finished basement or something, or up in your attic, which you don't want to go up there unless you absolutely have to. So I'm just going to bend aluminum up and around and down here, and yeah, and then we'll fix it that way. So follow me here. We're going to go to the shop and see what we got for some aluminum, and we'll bend it up, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So anyways, stick with me and we'll show you how to fix your vent without removing it. One thing that I can find really handy is, if things are curved or things like that and you're not sure, a good thing to do is just take a piece of cardboard and actually trace your curve, and then you can either, you can cut it to bend it on an angle. So you could cut from here and then bend it a bit here to fit that kind of angle, or you could get into riveting it and stuff like that, but I think we'll just bend it. So anyway, you just put it up against there, trace your thing, and write your measurements on there, and then whenever you do the top part, like on there, all you have to do is just lay that on top like that. So see how it follows the curve. Now you know your exact measurement, because sometimes if your tape measure up there, your tape measure can't curve the way a piece of cardboard can, like that. And then when you lay it flat, you can actually get the exact measurement. So in which this case is 5 5/8. So there you go. That's one way to measure it up, and it's actually quite accurate. So now we can take that and trace that right, cut that with a knife, and then just trace that right onto our aluminum. So there you go. That's a little tip and trick for you. Okay, now what I did is I transferred from this piece of cardboard that I traced it out on. What I did was I took the angle, because I don't want to make that curve. It's a lot more challenging. I can, but it's just too much work for what it's worth. So I just made an angle from, see how the curve is like that? So I just ran an angle from that point down to that point, because I know that it's that wide and it's that tall. So I wanted to bring those 2 points together without going too far out this way or too far down this way. So anyways, that works out perfect. Now all I'm gonna do is just take this, I put it on here, I'm gonna trace that there, cut that one, flip it over, trace there and cut that. That still gives me enough material here to do the top part, like this part right here. So anyway, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna get that ready, and then I'll show you. Okay, now that we got these cut out, and then what you're going to do is you just, to get this, the measurement for the length of this, you don't even need to measure it. All you need to do is put that on there like that, and then pivot it down like that, and that gives you how long it is. And so that's how long each side will do. Do that to both sides. Make sure that both the pieces you got, they're cut opposite, so that one's white on, so you got the white on each side, and then you want to make sure that they're exactly the same because they're going to go up like that. So anyways, and then we're just going to, what we're going to do is we're going to take these pliers, and they're little benders, and we're going to put, I drew a line, we're just going to bend it on there just to match that side there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just cut that so that, and then we're going to take a square across here. We'll just give this a little bit of a bend so that it comes around this here like that, and that will that'll make our hood cover. So I'll just pause you for a second, and then we'll come right back and I'll show you the next step. Okay, there we go. We got it all bent and fit. So all I did was just make a little slice there like I showed you earlier in the video, and I just bent it across there to give that angle. Now it fits perfect on there, and the sides there, they fit perfect. Same with the other side, it fits good there. Now all you're going to do is you're just going to take your caulking gun, caulk at the top and down the sides. And what you could do, if you want to go a little bit further, is you could just take a little bit of caulking and put it on the back of there and just squish it on there. Now if you see on the bottom there, I left a little bit of a lip. That way, when I put this screen back in, it actually is held in place by that little lip there. See that? So it actually works really well. So that goes on there. Same with the other side, put a little glue on it. And if you want, you could put a little glue on the back of this guy right where it crosses the, so right, there's kind of a bridge there. You get a little bit of caulking there, but don't forget that whole back is not going to touch that. So, but that hides that whole mess right there, see? Okay, there, so I put a little bit of caulking on the back of that guy, a little bit of caulking on the back of that guy, and I put a little bit on the top there. And then what I did is I caulked up the side, caulked the top, the side there. There's nothing to caulk underneath. And besides, you wouldn't want to anyways because you want any water to get out. And then all you're going to do is you can take your vent, the screening, and pop it back up inside there. And away you go. See, it fits perfect. Now just remember, a lot of people don't do this. So they never clean out their vents. And even I'm guilty of not doing it often enough. But I just reached my hand in and grabbed all this lint that was inside the vent. So it's a good idea to clean your vent right from the back of the dryer all the way to the outside, because that is a fire hazard. So make sure you do that once in a while. So there you go. Nice easy fix, and we see that was a whole lot cheaper, a whole lot faster than actually replacing the whole vent hood. Now you could, absolutely you could, 100%. This is just one way of doing it, and it looks neat and tidy. It you know, no one's ever going to notice it anymore. The other thing is too is that is more durable now than the plastic part that was on there before. So there you go, it's ready to go. All right, until next time, have fun renovating and keeping your house in good order. Take care. Okay, to wrap this little video up here, so these are some of the things that you're going to need. Not an empty water bottle, but you're going to need a pair of pliers or some way to bend your aluminum. I just liked, I bought these, they're 6-inch pliers off of just, you know, you get them at Amazon or Home Hardware or Home Depot, whatever. And a nice pair of tin snips. I like the ones with at least a 3-inch cutting on the end of them. You can get other kinds. There's all kinds of tin snips out there. Whatever you got will likely work. You need a pencil, of course. You need a tape measure, a piece of cardboard, because as you've seen, I showed you how to get your measurements without actually even using a tape measure. You need a square, because whatever you do to one side, you got to do the other. And a piece of paper to write some stuff down on. And you'll also want a utility knife, which I didn't put out here. And you want some good quality caulking. I really like this Mulcol caulking. It works fantastic. It's paintable, and boy, is it got a stretch to it. I think something like, it says like 1700%. That's crazy. I find that hard to believe, but excellent caulking. Works really well, and it lasts a long time. You know, you're 5 years before you even look at it. So anyways, there's some of the tools you'll need. And all right, until next time, have fun looking after your house.